Chatham Miramichi Honda Ironmen. Could we have both teams line up on their respective baselines, please? Let's introduce the Moncton Mets to you. Number 7, Justin Cormier. Number 29, John Hemowitz. Number 16, Serge Vautour. Number 45, Luke Vautour. Number 17, Colin Betts.
Number 6, Sean Bartley. Number 25, Brian Smith. Number 1, Luke Robison. Number 12, Stefan Martin. Number 15, Josiah Coombs. Number 9, Nate Stone. Number 24, Kevin Obi. Number 5, Glenn Marks. Number 3, Sam Lund. And number 26, Adam Christie. The coaches, Mark Shattuck and Greg Hickox, along with the manager, Daryl Christie. And now for the lineup for your Miramichi Honda Ironmen for 2024. Number 5, Adam Wenzel. Number 7, Jake Digno. Number 8, Chris Keating. Number 11, Jake Cook. Number 12, Zach Newman. Number 11, Logan Walsh. Number 14, Logan Walsh. Number 15, Jaden Humphrey. Number 21, Garrick Hale. Number 26, Dylan Lester. Number 27, Andrew Langtang. Number 33, Zach Goss. Number 34, Rylan Machin. Number 37, Tyler McKay. Number 41, Charlie Molson. Number 42, Mike McKay. And number 44, Nick Leggett. The coaches, Jeremy Poole, along with Terry Leggett, the manager, Kevin Bowes, and the trainer, Ron Bearcat McCormick. There are your 2024 Chatham Miramichi Honda Ironmen. The Ironmen have welcomed special guests. They're a U13 AAA Miramichi Twins. Let's introduce those to you. Number 3, Carlin King. Number 11, Tammy Burns. Number 12, Tristan Vickers. Number 21, Ben Tucker. Number 4, Luke Saunders. Number 2, Quincy Cameron. Number 22, Roman Matchett. Number 15, Kobe Savoy. Number 14, Cole Morrison. Number 7, Chase McCormick. Number 17, Ben Morris. Number 33, Matt Catalano. Missing is Caleb LeBlanc. Their coaches, Jeff Morris, Greg McCormick, and John Saunders. The U13 AAA Miramichi Twins. Woo! The Chatham Ironmen would like to direct your attention to the field level, please. Today marks the 80th anniversary of D-Day. On June 6, 1944, Canadians landed on the beach of Normandy and helped begin the liberation of Western Europe. The Allied forces invasion, Operation Overlord, is the largest seaborne invasion in history and laid the foundations of the Allied victory on the Western Front. The airborne invasion started shortly after midnight on the morning of June 6th with the landing of 24,000 Canadian, British, and American troops. It was soon followed by amphibious landings on the beach of Juneau, Omaha, Utah, Gold, and Sword. 34 soldiers from the North Shore Regiment died in action on D-Day. Earlier today, students, faculty, and chaperones from the Anglophone School District North and Mayor Adam Lorden marked the 80th anniversary in France. The city of Miramichi is twinned with Capacay, France, in acknowledging the shared history of our two communities. Please welcome to the field Sergeant at Arms George Springer from the Royal Canadian Legion, Branch Number 3, and Deputy Mayor Patty Quinn. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you could kindly rise, if you are able, for a moment of reflection on the 80th anniversary of D-Day. And to open the home schedule, we call on Deputy Mayor Patty Quinn to throw out the first pitch at the first home game this season. Please remain standing for the playing of our national anthem.
Go ahead. Keep going.
And all with glowing words we see their eyes, the true stone and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on our footing. God gave our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for
A round of applause for Catherine Wilson with the singing of our national anthem here tonight. Thank you, Catherine.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to another summer of baseball here from beautiful Ironman Field in Miramichi, New Brunswick, as it is time for your Chatham Miramichi Honda Ironmen to take the field for their 2024 home opener. Along with you once again is Chris Jardine, voice of the Ironman. Bringing you the sights and sounds again. There are our friends at Elitecast Media. Welcome back, folks. If you're watching on the Ironman Facebook page or the Ironman YouTube page, we are back all summer long for baseball action. We've got a dandy here tonight as the rebranded Moncton Mets are in town to take on the Ironman. On the hill for the Ironman, veteran Jamie Walls making his first start of the season. Let's take a look real quick at the lineup for the Mets. Justin Cormier is leading off, playing short. John Hamowitz, the catcher, is batting second. Serge Vautour, the veteran, playing first base, batting third. Luke Vautour playing left field, batting fourth. Affiliate Colin Betts is designated here tonight, batting fifth. Sean Bartley batting sixth. The right fielder, Brian Smith, the third baseman, batting seventh. Luke Robeson, the center fielder, batting eighth. And Stefan Martin, the second baseman, batting ninth. The starting pitcher tonight for the Mets, Josiah Coombs. And as we said, the veteran, Jamie Walls, taking the hill for the Ironman, making his first start to the season. He has 2/3 of an inning in relief. Gave up a couple of hits. But he's looking to get the Ironman in the right column here tonight, early in the New Brunswick Senior Baseball League season. Flanking him tonight in the field, left to right in the outfield, Mike McKay. In center field, the returning Ori Cook. In right field, Zach Goss. Third to first in the infield, Tyler McKay, Chris Keating, Charlie Mawson, and Nick Leggett. And Jeff Watkin is calling the game behind the plate tonight. The Mets come into tonight tied for first place at 3-2 with the Fredericton Royals. The Ironmen find themselves currently in the basement early in the season with a 1-3 record. And we are set to go here with the home opener. Again, look, welcome in everybody. If you're watching on Facebook or if you're watching on YouTube, welcome back for another exciting summer of O'Donoghue's Thursday Night Baseball here on the channel. We want to give a big shout out to O'Donoghue's Irish Pub right off the rip tonight. for once again sponsoring the stream this year as the 13U AA Twins hop off the field, being honored before the game here, coached by Ironman legend and honor roller John Saunders. And Justin Cormier is going to step in here to start it off for the Mets. And the first pitch right down Main Street for strike one, and we are underway. Cormier early in the season here, 5 for 16 with 3 runs scored, hitting .313. Wallace has the sign. Curveball just misses outside, and that'll even the count at 1-1. So again, the Moncton team in the offseason going back to their roots, dropping the Fisher Cats moniker and rebranding back to the Moncton Mets and keeping that pretty slick black and orange color scheme. Although I will say the orange looks a little darker. Picking up a new sponsor this year with Dixie Lee, which is near and dear to my heart for those of you out there in Streamland who know me. Here comes the 2-1 now from Walls, and that is down just out of the zone. Handy, but called the ball by home plate umpire Brian Cummings, and it's 3-1 count here to the leadoff hitter Cormier. I'd like to thank all our fans out there, wherever you're tuning in from tonight. So here comes the 3-1. And that is on the outside part of the plate, and that's going to run the count full here, 3 balls and 2 strikes. So again, some familiar faces returning to the Ironmen. Shortstop Chris Keating is back after a couple of years playing for the Newcastle Cardinals in the Miramichi Valley Baseball League. Here comes the full count pitch. There's a swing and a miss. Strike 3. Cormier is retired swinging. And Ori Cook making a return after a absence from the team, playing center field here tonight. And talk about the dynamic that changes in outfield. 3 of the fastest players in the league, Mike McKay, Ori Cook, and Zach Goss manning the 3 spots. It's going to be hard to get anything that's in the air past these 3. So Mets catcher John Hamowitz back for another season with Moncton. He's going to step in here, batting second. Hamowitz early in the season is 5 for 18. That's a ball. 4 of his 5 hits are doubles, and he already is pacing the Senior Baseball League with 10 runs batted in. Very productive start to the season for Hamowitz. And that is on the outside part of the plate for a strike. Evens the count at 1-1. Walls now gets the sign from Walken. Rocks and fires here. A little stutter step. A little slider in there. Swing and a miss for strike 2. A absolutely beautiful day here in Miramichi for the home opener. 16 degrees and sunny at first pitch. Here comes the 1-2. And that is high out of the zone. Hamowitz takes that to even the count at 2-2. An absolutely gorgeous day here in the city. No adverse weather to speak of. 2-2. Here's the count. Walls with the long look in. Now he's got the one he wants. Here he comes. Slider down and away, and that'll run it full. So back-to-back full counts here. Moncton having a couple of good at-bats here early. Hamowitz looking for a different result than Cormier in the leadoff spot. And that is a banner to third. 2 hops for McKay. Long throw across the diamond, and that one gets by Leggett. And that'll be a runner on. We will see what we get for a score there. I assume that's probably going to be E5. Either way, it's going to be a runner at first base. Still waiting, and it is. So it is E5 on the throwing error. So that'll be a runner at first with 1 out here. And Serge Vautour stepping in. Vautour is 7 for 15 on the season, hitting .467, and he has a home run. That home run, a 9th inning walk-off in the season opening game against the Ironmen. Hamowitz going on the first pitch, and not much of a chance there as he caught Walls with the high leg kick. So that'll be a stolen base. Stolen base for Hamowitz. It's ball 1 to Vautour, so it'll be 1 ball, no strikes here, and the Mets now have a runner in scoring position here in the first inning with 1 out. Well, yes, the Ironmen went down to Moncton for their home opening game a few weeks ago. Again, a game that went 9 innings. Vautour walks it off with a home run. And that is high and deep to right field, but that is going to be foul as it skips off the wall in foul territory. Vautour out in front of that one. So that's just going to be a long, loud strike and evens the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. So 1-1 here with 1 out in the top of the first inning. The ever-dangerous Serge Vautour at the dish. Heymanwitz at second base after a E5 and a stolen base. Time is back in here now. Vautour steps out here. Walls with a long look in. Finally has the one he wants. There is a swing and a miss at a slider on the outer half. That'll run at 1-2. Like to give a shout out to friend of the stream, Billy Gaston, assistant coach of the 2024 Maritime Hockey League Metal Fab Cup champions Miramichi Timberwolves. Big supporter of the stream. Thank you for watching. Also, huge congrats still. We're still riding high on the Timberwolves' historic 2024 season. 1-2 here to Vautour. That misses outside and run it to even 2-2. Lots of sports buzz in the city. The Ironmen are back. The Miramichi Hurricanes, playing their debut season in the Maritime Women's Basketball Association, have a double dip of games this weekend at Miramichi Valley on Saturday and Sunday. And that is high, and that's going to run it full again. So another full count here. 3 hitters and 3 full counts. Wall's getting the pitch count up early. It just feels right that baseball is back at Ironman Field. And that is a bounder down the first baseline. That's going to be a foul ball as it bounds off of Vautour's shin. Looked like a little cutter there from Walls. So the count remains full here. Top of the first inning. Heymanwitz still out at second. Keating holding them close. And there's a swing and a miss, strike 3 as he got the fastball by him. So second strikeout here in the first inning for Walls. And that's going to run it to 2 out now for Luke Vautour. Vautour also 7 for 15 to start out the season. Couple of runs scored, 467 clip early on here in the 2024 season. Top of the first. So top of the first inning here at Ironman Field. Walls, Heymanwitz bluffs a start, and that one's at the bottom of the zone for a strike. So Walls here, again, has exercised his right arm here in the first inning to the tune of close to 20 pitches. But trying to limit the damage here as he's now ahead of Vautour. 0-1. That's a swing and a miss, strike 2. Curveball down in the zone. Vautour bailing out towards the third base side, looking for a fastball. Didn't get it. So now Walls here with a chance to end the inning here with 3 strikeouts as he's up on Vautour 0-2. Heymanwitz still out at second base. Walls with a long look out. Again, Keating keeping him close. Mollison with a little play. And that is dumped into right field. That is a long run for Zach Goss, and he's not going to get there. As it short hops the wall, Vautour is trying to turn this into a double. It's going to be close. And that will be an RBI double for Luke Vautour as the Moncton Mets strike first. It is 1-0. 0-2 pitch there, caught a little bit too much of the zone. Vautour just kind of stuck the bat out. And it was tailing away from Zach Goss, unable to get to it. He did make a great throw into second, but the speedy Vautour able to get in there. Affiliate Colin Betts, the designated hitter, is going to bat here as we continue to have 2 out. Betts has made a couple of appearances for the Mets already. He's 3 for 9 with a couple RBIs, a couple runs scored early in the season. And that's in there for a strike. And that misses, so that'll be 2 balls, 1 strike. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the count. And that is fouled back, so leaving the count at 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes here is the count. The Mets have scored 1 here in the top of the first and still have a runner in scoring position. Walls now trying to battle through. And that is high and away, and yet another full count. So Walls working hard here in the top of the first inning, as he has gone now to his 4th full count and 5 hitters. And that is into left field. That is a base hit. Mike McKay up with it quickly, and he will get the full hold sign at third. So a base hit for Colin Betts, and that's going to put runners at the corners now with 2 out. Sean Bartley's going to come to the dish. Bartley, the Mets right fielder, off to a 2 for 9 start to the season. He has a double and a run scored. Good enough for a .222 average. So the Mets have plated 2 here in the top of the first. They've made Jamie Walls work. They've cashed in a couple. That one's on the outside part of the plate. Fastball in there for strike 1. So Walls again ahead in the count here. 0-1. Runners at the corners at 2 out. There's a swing and a miss, strike 2, as that was a little spinner down in the dirt. So 0-2 again. Same place he had Luke Botor a couple of hitters ago. Walls has a sign. Little bluff from first. And that is on the outside part of the plate. Strike 3. So Jamie Walls ends the inning with 3 strikeouts, but the Mets do score 2. So a half inning in the books here. The score, or 1, sorry. The score here after a half inning is the Mets 1. The Ironmen no score. So as we go to the bottom of the first inning here, let's take a look at the lineup for your Chatham Miramichi Honda Ironmen. Leading off, the left fielder Mike McKay. Batting second, the shortstop Chris Keating. Batting third, the catcher Jeff Watkin. The designated hitter, import Dylan Lester, back for another season, hitting in the cleanup spot. Nick Leggett, the first baseman, batting fifth. Tyler McKay, the third baseman, batting sixth. The bottom third of the order, Zach Goss, the right fielder. Charlie Mawson, the second baseman. And Ori Cook, the center fielder. Starting tonight for the Moncton Mets, Josiah Coombs. He has thrown 7 innings so far this year. Has allowed 7 runs on 11 hits, has a 1-1 record and an ERA of 7. As he has been staked to a 1-0 lead here. We're going to let him finish his warm-ups, and we'll be right back with O'Donoghue's Thursday Night Baseball. All right, so here we go. Mike McKay is going to step in. He's off to a hot start to the season. 7 for 13 for a .538 average. 6 runs scored already in a double. McKay always a threat to get on base. And that's a curveball in there for strike one. McKay coming off an amazing 2023 campaign. Saw him get on base over 60 times last year. He's already off to a hot start here. That is high and away for a ball. So 1 ball, 1 strike here to the leadoff hitter. Again, a dangerous lineup for the Ironmen. Here comes the 1-1. And that is high and tight. That's also a ball. So McKay here now, ahead in the count, 2 balls, 1 strike. And that hits him in the elbow. And that'll be McKay's first hit by pitch of the season. Something he is no stranger to. And that'll bring back the returning Chris Keating, the shortstop, back here again after playing for the Miramichi Valley Baseball League's Newcastle Cardinals for a few years. Keating off to a hot start as well, 7 for 16, has a double and a home run, hitting .438. And that's high and away for a ball. So again, Keating back and immediately back into his old ways, being a dangerous hitter at the top of this Ironman order. And that is nowhere near the plate, ways outside in the left-hand or right-hand batter's box. My left, anyway. 2 balls, no strikes. So McKay always a threat to steal over at first base. And that is nowhere close again. So quickly here, 3-0. And now you got the power trio of right-handed hitters in Watkin, Lester, and Leggett lurking nearby. So Coombs behind Keating here, 3-0. And then Chris taking that one all the way in there for a strike. So 3 balls, 1 strike here. We'll see if they get anything going over here at first base. With McKay. No, nothing doing there. And that's ball 4 way outside. So the first 2 men reach here for the Ironmen. A hit by pitch and a walk. And the Ironmen are in business here in the bottom of the first inning as they now have 2 men on. And Jeff Watkins going to step in here. Watkins 2 for 9 to start the season here. He has 3 runs scored, a couple of singles. And that's a loopy curveball in there for a strike. Watkin has a couple of walks early in the season as well. No stranger to the free pass. Had over 25 of them last year, and that one is way outside for a ball. So Coombs having a bit of control problems here. Has missed wildly with several pitches. Hope everybody's having a great evening out there, wherever you're watching from. Bottom of the first inning here. The Ironmen have the first 2 men on. 1-1 count here to Watkin. And that is on the outside part of the plate for a strike. Watkin doesn't like that one. So 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Here is the count. And that is popped up back here. That's going to be out of play. Just an absolutely beautiful day here. Here comes the 1-2 again. That's a foul tip into the glove, and that'll be a strikeout. Watkin probably wishing he had that one back. A high curveball that he foul tips back into the glove for out number 1. So that'll bring in Dylan Lester. Big Tex back for another year here with the Ironmen after an absolutely amazing season last year. Off to a hot start to the season with the bat. 6 for 14, good enough for a .429 batting average, has a home run and a run scored as well. And that's a curveball in there for a strike. So Coombs, who has battled a few control issues here early in the first, has been able to find a little success now with the off speed. He's gotten ahead of back-to-back hitters there. And then there's that fastball away. Kind of a same pattern that he did with Watkin. Got the curveball over for one. And then having a hard time with that fastball right now. It's kind of fighting it a little bit. So 1-1 here is the count to Lester. Runners at first and second. And there's a big swing there from Lester for strike two. Had dreams of finding a new home for that baseball. Comes up empty-handed, so it's 1-2 now. And that is fouled away. So a bit of almost an exact same pattern here. What we saw to Watkin. Curveball for strike one, fastball for ball one. Throws a strike two, and then fouls one away. So now if he follows the same pattern he did with Watkin, this should be a curveball. We'll see. And it is, and that's hit to third. It's blocked by Smith, and he's going to go to third, and he's going to be called out at third on a very, very close force play. So that will be a fielder's choice. Mike McKay is erased at third for out number 2. Very, very close play at third there. Again, nice play over there by the third baseman, Brian Smith. Hard hit ball by Lester. Smith able to get in front of it, knock it down, and then pick it up and get to the bag in time to beat the speedy McKay. So that'll bring Nick Leggett in now. 2 for 9 on the season here. Trying to get the wheels in motion. Still 2 on and 2 out. And that is high for a ball. That's a curveball in there for a strike. So 1-1 is the count here. And that is misses for a ball. So 2 balls, 1 strike here. So Leggett finds himself ahead in the count. That's another little spinner in there. So again, the pattern from Coombs has been the curveball seems to be the only pitch he can get over right now. 2 balls and 2 strikes here with 2 out in the bottom of the first inning. And that is fouled out of play. Curveball there. So the Ironmen again trying to do some damage here. They got the first 2 men on with a hit by pitch and a walk. Watkins struck out. Lester hit into a fielder's choice, which erased McKay at third. Another 2-2, and that is fouled away. Leggett reaches out and wastes that one into the seats. Keeps the count 2-2. Now I got the bad blood in my head from Nick's walk-up song. I'm thanking for that later. Another 2-2 here. And that is down and away for a ball. So now the runners are going to get a bit of a jump start here with full count and 2 out. Interesting defensive alignment here as they outfield playing Nick to hit the other way. There goes the runners, and that is high and tight for ball 4. So the Ironmen with their third base runner here in the first inning, all via freebie, a hit by pitch and a couple of walks. And that'll bring up Tyler McKay. Tyler 1 for 6 to start the season. looking to cash in a run here for the Ironmen in the bottom of the first inning. Try to even up this ball game. Again, Moncton scored one in the top of the first on a Luke Votor RBI double with 2 strikes and 2 out. Bases jacked here for McKay. And there's a fastball in the dirt. Hamowitz, a little bit of a difficulty coming up with it there, but kept her close by. Nothing doing on that one. So McKay ahead in the count here, 1-0. We'll see if he goes to the curveball here. He does not. That's a fastball, and that's called a strike. That is, wow. That's not a great call. That one was clearly outside. But nonetheless, home plate umpire is the one that gets to say, so it's 1-1. So McKay has to reset now. And there's that curveball, and fouls it off back to the screen. It's going to be 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Coombs a strike away from getting out of the bottom of the first here. Bases juiced. 1-2 count here to Tyler McKay. And there's a swing and a miss, strike 3. So no damage. The Ironmen strand 3 runners on. But that is going to do it. So the Ironmen leave them loaded. After 1 inning here from beautiful Ironman Field in Miramichi, New Brunswick, it is the Moncton Mets 1, the Chatham Miramichi Honda Ironman no score. We would like to thank our stream sponsor, O'Donoghue's Irish Pub. Check them out on Facebook. Head on down to the historic Chatham downtown area. They are open Mondays from 11 to 8, Wednesday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., Thursday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to midnight, and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Check them out on the weekends. Their brunch is absolutely phenomenal. O'Donoghue's, welcome to your pub. So we go to the top of the second inning here, 1-0 Mets. It's going to be the third baseman, Brian Smith, who made a nice play in the bottom of the first. Walls, his first pitch, swing and a miss for strike 1. Smith 4 for 9 on the season so far with a double, 4 RBIs. Again, they made a nice play knocking down a hard hit ball from Lester. That one's hit back up the middle. Big hop for Keating. He's going to come across and flip it over. So a quick little 6-3 to start the inning. And Smith is retired. Thank you so much, Cindy. Appreciate it. Thank you to everybody who's out there watching. If you're watching on the Ironman Facebook page or over on YouTube, we appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming by. Appreciate all the love out there. Luke Robeson steps in here. That's in there for strike 1. Pacing the Mets so far with a .600 batting average, 6 for 10 to lead off the season here for the Mets center fielder. And that's hit back up the middle, and that's going to be a base hit. So Robeson hits that one. Wall's unable to come up with it back up the middle for a base hit. So the Mets have one on here with 1 out in the top of the second inning. And it'll be the number 9 hitter, Stefan Martin. Martin 1 for 7 to start the season here. So see if anything's going here with a runner at first. Long look in here from Walls. Not really getting the one he wants. Now he's got it. Him and Watkins on the same page, and he throws over to first. when Hamowitz was on in the first, side for a ball. Robeson does have a steal on the season so far. He's 1 for 1. Definitely with a aggressive stance over there at first. Nothing doing. That's in there for a ball. Dandy looking pitch there. So Ironman having a couple issues with the strike zone here after the bad call on McKay in the bottom of the first, and then a ball call on that one. So it's 2-0 now to Martin, and that one is high and away for ball 3. Wall's a little disgusted at himself here that he's fallen behind the number 9 hitter 3-0. Dangerous hitters lurking with Cormier, Hamowitz, and Votor. The next 3 hitters due up for the Mets. Here comes the 3-0, and that's in there for a strike. So 3-1's the count here. Might be a good running situation here over at first. And that is ball 4. So the last 2 hitters have reached. So 2 on here with 1 out. Runners at first and second, and the lineup turns back over for Justin Cormier. Cormier struck out to lead off the game for the Mets. And will bat here with Robeson at second and Martin at first. 1 out here in the top of the second for the Mets. And that is hit back up to Walls, has it. Flips to Keating for 1. On to first, double play. A 1-6-3 double play, and just like that, the Mets are done here in the top of the second. A nifty little double play will do the job. So after an inning and a half here, it is the Mets 1. Your Chatham Miramichi Ironmen, no score. So we go to the bottom of the second here. 1-0 Mets. Scored a run in the top of the first. Luke Votor RBI doubled, the only run of the game so far. We've got 7, 8, 9 here for the Ironmen. Zach Goss, Charlie Mollison, Ori Cook. So Goss going to lead it off here. This will be Goss's first at bat of the season. As he steps in here, Ironman trying to get something going in the bottom of the second after straining the bases loaded in the bottom of the first. And that is high and away for a ball. Top of the first inning, or bottom of the first inning, they had a hit by pitch and a walk. They ended up with a second walk in there to load the bases, and that's where they stranded him. And that is outside for ball 2. So quickly ahead 2-0. Big shout out to CABC Baseball in the chat here on Facebook as they cover all things adult baseball from coast to coast. Make sure you guys go check them out on Facebook and Twitter, CABC Baseball. They have national rankings of all the senior baseball teams from across the country. They do amazing work over there. Make sure you go check them out. They are definitely well worth a like on Facebook and a follow on, I'm going to call it Twitter because I say X and nobody knows what I mean. So make sure you guys check them out. 2-2 here to Goss, and that is high and away, and that's going to run it full. I love the CABC guys. I look forward to their weekly rankings post every week. They do some great stuff over there. Glad to have them in the stream here. Big supporters of baseball across Canada. And that is fouled off at the plate. On the hill for the Moncton Mets tonight is Josiah Coombs. To answer your question, Ryan. So a full count here to Goss to lead off the bottom of the second. That is a hard hit ball to second. What a nice play over there. Wow, what a great diving play by Stefan Martin. Robbing Zach Goss of a base hit there. Put a star next to that one if you're scoring at home. That is a very, very nice 4-3. Couple of steps to his left and a diving play and gets up and throws out the speedy Goss. Definitely great way to start the inning. And Mollison steps in here and takes that one over the inside part of the plate for a strike. Mollison 2 for 9 to start the season. Does have an extra base hit and a run scored. Only Ironman with a triple so far this season. And that misses. Oh, dear. That one's called a strike. Again, the Ironman not happy with the strike zone here in the first couple innings of this game. And that is down for a ball, so that'll run at 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Mollison. That is fouled off at the plate. There you go, guys. If you're watching on Facebook, CABC has their link in the chat. Feel free to check them out. Like I said, if you're a fan of amateur baseball in Canada, they are well worth a follow on your social media platform of choice. And that is hit back up the middle. Cormier goes to his left, deep in the hole, and Mollison able to beat it out. Mollison, no stranger to the wheels. That was going to be a very tough play for Cormier as he had to range to his left, almost out to the grass. And Mollison able to beat that out, so that'll be an infield single. First hit of the ball game for the Ironmen. And that'll bring up Ori Cook, making his return to the Ironmen here. First appearance of the season. The Ironman longtime center fielder. Mollison going for it. That ball is high and deep to right field. At the track, at the wall. She's out of here. Welcome back, Ori Cook. It's 2-1 Ironman. Who said Ori needed to get back in summer shape? The first pitch he sees in his return to the lineup, he deposits it over the Scott's Pharmasave sign in right field for a ding-dong. And just like that, it's 2-1 Ironman. Holy moly, welcome back, Ori Cook. And we turn the lineup back over to the top of the order here for Mike McKay. And that's a curveball, misses inside for a ball. Ori Cook wasting no time here. He knew he got that one right off the bat. And that's inside for ball 2. So McKay was hit by pitch his first time up. So 2-0 here to McKay. And that ball's in there for a strike. So 2 balls, 1 strike now. 1 out here in the bottom of the second. The crowd in the ball game here after an Ori Cook 2-run home run. Here comes the 2-1, and there's a big swing from McKay. So 2-2 now here to McKay as Coombs tries to reset, and that's going to hit him. Oh, it didn't hit him. How did that miss him? I have no idea how that didn't hit him, folks. I have no idea. It looked like the ball went right through him. What? You guys saw that too, right? Okay. And he swings and a miss for strike. I have no idea how that ball didn't hit him. Yeah, I got the Elitecast media guys up here in the booth with me, and we have no idea how that was not a hit by pitch. But either way, Coombs battles back and strikes him out. There's a glitch in the matrix for sure. So Keating's going to step in here. He walked his first time. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. There's a curveball up and away for ball 1. Yeah, I got no idea how that. I have no idea. No idea how it didn't hit him. And that's a bounder to second. Big hop there, almost over Martin's head. He'll throw on to first, so that'll end the inning. But the damage is done here as Ori Cook, in the first pitch he sees in his return to the Ironman organization, deposits it in the right field trees, a 2-run home run. And after 2 innings, the score is your Chatham Miramichi Honda Ironman 2, the Moncton Mets 1. So we go to the top of the third here. After the Ironmen have flipped the score around here, they have a 2-1 lead. It'll be Hamowitz, Votor for the Mets. So Wall's now spotted to a 1-run lead here. So Hamowitz will step in. Reached on an error his first time. Stole second and then scored the only Moncton run of the game so far on the Luke Votor double with 2 out and 2 strikes in the top of the first. And that ball misses outside for ball 1. So 1-0 is the count here to the Moncton Mets catcher. And that ball, I don't know what happened there. I believe he called that a strike. Yes, he did. He said he got a piece of the bat. It sounded like it hit something. But 1 ball, 1 strike is the count here. Like I said, I'm pretty sure it hit something. That misses outside 2-1. And that one now is a strike, so that's going to run at 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes is the count here. And that ball's fouled away out of play. So another 2-2. A swing and a miss, strike 3. So Hamowitz goes down swinging. That is the 4th strikeout of the game for Walls so far. And that'll bring up Serge Votor. He is one of those 4 victims. So he'll bat here with 1 out in the 2nd, 3rd. And that is popped up. He's got room, and Keating makes the play as he backtracks on that one a little bit. The Ironmen with a very interesting shift set up there as they had the 3rd baseman, Tyler McKay, way back over on the right side of the infield. So that's actually the shortstop Keating that made the play in 3rd base foul ground for out number 2. You don't see that every day, folks. P6 in foul territory next to 3rd base. But it is what it is. So 2 out here, and here's Votor. That ball's inside. Votor doubled and drove in a run his first time. And that is a base hit back up the middle as it just narrowly misses doinking off the second base bag. So with 2 out, the Mets will have something going here. So Betts will step in here. That's a curveball in there for a strike. Betts had a single his first time up. No, nobody had that on their bingo card for sure. That ball is just inside for a ball. So 1 ball, 1 strike here. To Betts. Quick snap throw over to first there. Nothing doing. So again, 2 out here in the top of the top of the 3rd inning. The score is 2-1 Ironman. Mets have a run on 4 hits so far. Ironman 2 runs on 2 hits, and the Ironmen have committed an error. One is the count here to Betts. Here comes the pitch. That is down and in for a ball. Look like a cutter. So here comes the 2-1 now. There's a big swing and a miss from Betts. Now even the count at 2-2. Definitely interesting to see how the game's going to progress. The first couple innings, we kind of had some rays of sunlight coming through between the pitcher's mound and home plate, which may have been affecting the hitters. Those are gone now as the sunlight has moved to behind the pitcher's mound. So fully in the shadows now between the pitcher and the batter. And that is on the outside part of the plate, called strike 3, and that's going to end the 3rd inning for the Mets, as that is the 5th strikeout of the game for Jamie Walls. So a 2-out base runner leads to nothing after 2.5 innings. Here is your Chatham Ironmen Ironman 2, the Moncton Mets 1, on a beautiful episode of O'Donoghue's Irish Pub Thursday Night Baseball. We'll be back in a minute. So we go to the bottom of the third here for the Ironmen. It's going to be the middle 3-4-5 here, Watkin, Lester, and Leggett, as they try to build on the 2 runs that the Ironmen scored in the bottom of the second. So Watkins going to step in here. He struck out swinging his first time. So we kick off the bottom of the third here. 2-1 Ironman is the score. Here comes the first pitch. And Watkins hits that one hard. That's going to be in the right center field. Long run, and he has it out there. What a nice running play by Sean Bartley. Wow, that was a very, very good play. We'd like to see the stat cast on the ground he covered there. Bartley got a really good read right off the bat, and helped by the fact that Watkin, as a right-handed hitter, that ball was tailing towards him, but still not taking anything away from Bartley there. That is a great running play for out number 1. So that'll bring up Lester. Lester hit into a fielder's choice, hit a hard hit ball to third. Brian Smith made a nice play over there and ended up getting a forced play at third base. So 0 for 1 officially is Lester in the game, the designated hitter tonight for the Ironmen. And that ball is inside for ball 2. So a couple of really nice defensive plays here so far for the Mets. Stefan Martin with an absolutely amazing diving play here in the second, and Bartley with a nice running catch there to kick off the third here. That ball's called a strike on the inside part of the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the count to Lester. A mighty hack from Lester there, fouled back off the screen. So that'll move the count to 2-2 now. As Coombs trying to push all the right buttons here to get back on track in the bottom of the third. And that is hit back up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. So Lester with a 1-out single. And the Ironmen are in business here in the bottom of the third inning. We'll see. The Ironmen can draw a little bit of bad blood here in the bottom of the third. Yes, I am trying to weave the walk-up songs into all the commentary tonight. It's going to be an ongoing theme this year, so you better get used to it now. And that is fouled off at home plate by Leggett. Leggett walked his first time, so 0 for 0 officially. So Lester's at first here with 1 out after a single up the middle. Frazier, yes, he is. He's not in the lineup tonight, but he has made a couple of pitching appearances for the Ironmen so far this year. There's a swing and a miss. Foul tipped into the glove, and Coombs quickly up here 0-2. That ball is hit high in the air to right field. And Bartley, getting a bit turned around, goes back and makes the play right on the warning track. Throws it back in wildly, but Lester will retreat to first base. So that is F9 for the second out of the inning. So that'll bring up Tyler McKay. Struck out with the bases loaded to end the bottom of the first. And that's going to hit him. So McKay wears a curveball there. Second hit by pitch of the game. So that'll put 2 runners on now. First and second here for Zach Goss. Goss was the star play of the game so far. Hit a very hard 2-bouncer to second. Stefan Martin made a heck of a play out there to kick off the second inning with a 4-3. And Goss will now bat here with runners at first and second and 2 out in the bottom of the third inning. And that is in there for strike 1. That one is way outside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Time. Jamie, if you're talking about the Ironman import, Dylan Lester, he is from the great state of Texas. And I will admit, his family, big supporters of the live stream. So big shout out to the Lester family. I'm sure they're watching out there tonight. Thank you guys for being big supporters of the stream all last year and again this year. Great part of the stream here. People can keep tabs from all over the world. 2-1 is the count here to Zach Goss. And a big mighty swing from Goss there. For strike 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes here with 2 out. So 2-2-2 here, 2 on. That's outside for a ball. Again, both of these teams featuring the same import as last year, and I had no reason why not. Hamowitz was very impressive for the Mets last year. Great backstop for them. Great leader out there. Here comes, oh, that is way by for ball 4. So that one out high, a fastball up and behind Zach Goss. So that'll load him up here. So again, Coombs has been wild. We've got 2 walks, 3 walks, and 2 hit by pitch. So 5 free base runners, and the bases are loaded now for Charlie Mawson. Mawson had a single his first time up, infield single. He hit it back up the middle and was able to beat it out. And he bats here with the bases loaded and 2 out. Well, and Jamie, you guys have a really good one. Again, I love, as a former catcher myself, I love the way John plays the game. Again, not surprised. That one's in there for a strike, 1-1. Not surprised that the Mets organization wanted to bring him back for another season. Had a great 2023 for them. So here comes the 1-1 now to Mawson. That one's a high and away for a ball, so 2-1. So Charlie into a hitter's count here now in a dangerous situation. Bases loaded. 2 out. Bottom of the 3rd inning. Coombs is set. Here comes the pitch, and that one is away again. So now Coombs nowhere to put Mawson here, and you got Ori Cook, the big bat on deck. So you got to come to Mawson with a strike here. So 3 balls, 1 strike here. And that's ball 4 outside. So that'll be a bases-loaded walk and an RBI for Charlie Mawson. And the Ironmen now lead 3-1. No way you can defend that. And that's going to bring the Moncton coach out of the dugout. And I can't say I'm surprised. 6th free base runner of the game. 4th walk, 2 hit by pitches. The bases remain loaded. And you got a guy at the plate who took the first pitch he saw over the right field wall for a home run. So a little bit of a meeting of the minds here on the mound as they try to settle down their pitcher Coombs. Again, Coombs has allowed 7 runs in 7 innings coming into tonight, has allowed 3 on 3 hits here. And again, 5 walks and 2 hit batters. Sorry, 4 walks and 2 hit batters. As I count my, there is no activity currently in the Moncton bullpen. And Ori takes that one on the outside part of the plate for a strike. But yeah, the Moncton bullpen at this point is quiet. So this has to be Coombs' situation to get out of here. So 0-1 now is the count here to Ori Cook. And that ball's hit back up the middle. That is going to get through for a base hit. That's going to score 2. Charlie Molson on his way to third, and he is in there safely, and Ori Cook's going to take second on the throw. I said it before, and I'll say it again. Welcome back, Ori Cook. As a 2-run single makes it a 5-1 ball game. Ori Cook with his 3rd and 4th RBIs of the game. So again, took that pitch back up the middle. Cormier looked like he had a chance to try to make a diving play, but the ball took a big hop, negating any chance he would have had. I'm not sure if Cormier would have had a play with some of the speedy base runners that were out there. Molson running to second and Ori running down the line to first. Ori takes second on the throw. So second and third here with 2 out. Back to the top of the order for Mike McKay. And there's a foul ball, so now that is 0-2. McKay's 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a hit by pitch. So Ori Cook now in this game is 2 for 2 with a home run, a single, and 4 runs batted in. Welcome back, number 17. It's like he never left, never missed a beat. He was up here between innings. He said his last at-bat as an Ironman and his first at-bat back as an Ironman both resulted in home runs. And McKay, that's a bouncer down the line. And Smith is going to bobble it, and that's going to be an error, and that's going to lead to a 6th Ironman run. So that's going to be E5. Again, that is what the speed will do for you. Smith knows he's got the speedy Mike McKay running down the line. He doesn't have a forced play anywhere. And in an effort, that ball took a nice big hop for him, and he knew he had to rush it and unable to come up with it cleanly. So now first and second here, and Chris Keating, who is 0 for 1 with a walk, and that's in the dirt. So again, the Ironmen have put up a 4 spot here in the inning. The only hits they have were a Lester single, which was the first base runner, and an Ori Cook single, which drove in 2. They've sprinkled in a hit by pitch, 2 walks, and now an error. And they put a 4 spot on the board. And that ball hit hard down the line. Look out. And we hear some laughing down there, so everybody's okay. Down the first baseline. Keating hit the absolute mustard out of that one. And we see some laughing down there, so I think everybody's okay. Moncton does have some activity in the bullpen now. We'll see if we can get you a read on who it is. Was it 24? We'll see if we can get you who's warming up down there for the... I believe it's number 24, Kevin Obey. That's high and away for a ball, and it's 3-1. We did confirm. So Kevin Obey now heating up down in the Moncton bullpen with purpose. 3-1 here is the count to Keating. Thank you, sir. And Keats takes a big rip at that one, and that's going to run it full. So a full count here with 2 outs. So Cook and McKay, 2 of the fastest around, are going to get a head start here. This is a situation where even a bloopy single, you might score 2. And that's ball 4 anyway, up and away. And you got to think that's going to do it for Coombs here. As the Ironmen have batted around here now in the inning. Mets coach Mark Shattuck down to see how Obey's doing. And it looks like Coombs is going to get one more hitter here. And, boys, this is a dangerous situation. 4 runs in already for the Ironmen, and here's Jeff Watkin. He's 0 for 2 in the game. Lined out to lead off this very inning as the Ironmen have now sent their 10th batter to the plate as they wrap it around. And that's outside for a ball. Again, this is danger time here for the Moncton Mets. 4 runs in already. Bases are loaded. middle of the Ironman order. And that is hit hard down the third baseline, but it foul. That'll even the count at 1-1. So again, Watkin led off this inning with a liner in the right center gap. A absolutely fantastic play out there by Sean Bartley as he ran it down. That ball is popped up and it's going to get out of play. So here comes the 1-2 now to Watkin again. That ball's in the dirt outside for a ball. So here comes a 2-2, 2 out, bases loaded still. And that ball is strike three called on the inside part of the plate. So that'll end the inning. So an inning that the Ironmen put up 4. And they now have a 6-1 lead here with 3 complete innings in the books. So it is the Chatham Ironmen 6, the Moncton Mets 1. We'd like to thank our stream sponsor, O'Donoghue's Irish Pub. The patio is open. Go on down and check them out. And they are celebrating their 200th anniversary. All the month of June, you can enjoy a 9-ounce glass of house wine for the price of a 6-ounce. That sounds like Chris's kind of deal. Go on down and check them out. O'Donoghue's, welcome to your pub. So we go to the top of the 4th here. The Mets find themselves in a bit of a hole here and going to have to battle as they're down 6-1. Jamie Wall's out for his 4th inning of work here. And he's going to face Sean Bartley to lead it off. Bartley struck out looking to end the top of the 1st inning for the Mets. And that is high and tight for a ball. And that is a liner to second. And Charlie Mollison didn't have to move. So that's L4 for those of you scoring at home. Out number 1. So that'll bring up Brian Smith. Grounded out short. It's last time. That one misses for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Here it comes. And that is on the outside part of the plate for a strike, 1-1. And that's fouled back here. Look out! 1 ball, 2 strikes. So 1 ball and 2 strikes here is the count. So the Mets third baseman Smith. Walls, rocks, and fires. And that is popped up out of play, foul. The volume is probably me. We're got a little bit of a new setup here. I'm currently operating with one good arm, so I got a mic stand, and so the volume is probably directly related to me moving in and out a little bit. There's a swing and a miss for strike 3. I'll try to be a little more consistent with my mic positioning. That's strikeout number 6 for Walls. So a quick 2 out here as Walls has settled down from that crooked first inning. Still just ironing out the kinks. First game of the year, we're all a little nervous. Well, maybe the Elitecast guys aren't nervous. They're pros. Everyone's having a good time here at the ballpark. A beautiful night here at Ironman Field. We're glad to be back. If you're watching on Facebook or you're watching on YouTube, thank you so much for being here. We're with you all summer long. Thanks to O'Donoghue's Irish Pub and the Elitecast media folks who are responsible for bringing you the sights and sounds that you see. And that's outside for a ball, so that's going to run it to 1-1 here. That ball's hit hard back up the middle, but the grass kind of kills it. And Keating with a nice little play, so that's going to be 3 up, 3 down as a 6-3 ends the inning. And we're halfway home here at Ironman Field. It is your Chatham Miramichi Honda Ironman 6, the Moncton Mets 1. We got some changes coming from the Mets, and we'll bring it to you in a few seconds. So the Mets have a new pitcher in here, as that's going to close the books on Josiah Coombs, who leaves after 3 innings. Kevin Obey is going to be the new pitcher. This will be his second appearance of the season. He threw an inning and a third previously in his last appearance. No runs allowed. And he's going to be asked to keep this one close as the Mets find themselves down 6-1. You had to wait till So we go to the bottom of the 4th. Dylan Lester's going to lead it off here. So that, like I said, that will close the books on Coombs. He will leave having allowed 6 runs on 4 hits with 5 walks and a couple of hit batters. Lester hits the first pitch to short. Cormier gets it on the short hop and will make the play. So right off the bat, Obey gets a 6-3 for out number 1. Coombs also had 4 strikeouts. So he will ask his bullpen to keep her close here in hopes that his team can make a bit of a comeback in this one. So here's Nick Leggett. Leggett's 0 for 1 in the game. And that is high and tight for a ball. Walked his first time, flew out to right field his last time on a ball that Bartley tracked back to the warning track. And that's in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. So again, the Ironmen out to a 6-1 lead here. 6 runs on 4 hits. The Ironmen have committed an error. That is a broken bat bleeder to first base, and Vautour will squeeze that one. That's a pop up to the first baseman for out number 2, and that's going to be a wounded soldier that has served Nick well and will now move on to the pasture for the rest of its days. And that'll bring in Tyler McKay here with 2 down. The Mets 1 run on 4 hits and have committed an error as well. That's a little slider inside for a ball. Tyler McKay, 0 for 1 in the game, has struck out and he was hit by a pitch and scored a run his last time up. And that misses. 2-0. Again, we'd like to thank everybody. If you're watching on Facebook or on YouTube, we thank you for coming out to the home opener. And that's in there for a strike. The only other change to the roster is the inclusion of junior graduate Rylan Matchett, who joins the Ironman full-time this year. That is a high fly ball out behind second. Bartley in and makes the play. Made a little bit of a circus out of it, but he caught it. The Ironmen go in order here. 3 up, 3 down. So after 4 complete, it is your Chatham Miramichi Honda Ironman 6. The Moncton Mets 1. We'd like to thank our stream sponsor, O'Donoghue's Irish Pub. The patio's open. Come on down. Enjoy some friends, enjoy the nice weather, and enjoy yourself a nice piping hot plate of their famous fish and chips. And it's dog friendly. So come on down and check it out. They're celebrating their 200th anniversary. O'Donoghue's, welcome to your pub. So we go to the top of the 5th. 6-1 Ironman. Jamie Wall's back out here to face the 9th hitter, Stefan Martin, and then the top of the order. 6 strikeouts so far for Walls. He's allowed a run on 4 hits. The team has committed an error behind him back in the first. First pitch is the ball. We are getting a little bit of activity down in the Ironman bullpen as Dylan Lester looks like he's going to crank it up here. That is popped into left field. That's going to be trouble. That is into no man's land for a single. A huge turn from Martin, and he thinks better of it and goes back. So that'll be a dying quail base hit into left field. But the leadoff man is on. So Martin on for the second time after walking his first time. So that'll turn the order back over to the top with Cormier here. Cormier's 0 for 2. He has struck out and grounded into a double play as he hit into that 1-6-3 to kill the Mets rally in the second inning. He bats here now in the 5th. And that is down for a ball, according to home plate umpire Brian Cummings. So again, Walls was a little shaky in the first, went to a full count on 5 of the 6 batters he faced, but has settled down. Coming off a 1-2-3 fourth, and that is hit hard, and that is going to be in the gap. Nobody's going to get to that one. That one's going to bounce all the way to the wall. Goss is up with it, and that will score a run. So an RBI double for Justin Cormier. So just like that, the Mets showing a little bit of life here, and it's 6-2. So a Martin bloop single, and then Cormier takes the first pitch he sees to the right center gap for an RBI double. So that'll be Cormier's 3rd RBI of the 2024 season, and it's now 6-2. And that'll bring up Hamowitz, who is 0 for 2. He reached on an error and struck out. He does have a stolen base and a run scored as a result of that error. Lester continues to warm up. And in the bullpen. Here comes the 1-0 from Walls. That is fouled back. A mighty cut there from Hamowitz. So 1-1's the count here. Walls come set. Long look back towards second, and that one is up and in for another ball. Again, first start of the year for Walls, so have to assume that it's going to be on a little bit of a pitch count. So he tries to get himself into mid-season form here. That is in the dirt for ball 3. The ever-dangerous Serge Votor standing on deck here. The 3-1 count to Hamowitz. And that's ball 4. So a free pass to Hamowitz. And that'll bring up Votor here now with 2 on. Nobody out here in the top of the Moncton 5th. Votor's 0 for 2 in the game. Struck out, and then last time popped out into foul territory on the third base side in a play that was made by the shortstop Chris Keating. And that's outside for a ball. So 1-0 is the count here to Votor. And that ball is hit high in the air on the first base side. That's going to be out of play. And I hear some groans there from the stands as that might have clipped somebody down behind the Ironman dugout. Looks like everybody's going to be okay over there. So 1-1, here's the count. We got a timeout called as the ball gets away from the guys warming up down the line. Nobody going in the Moncton bullpen right now, so we're going to see Obe back out. So 1-1 is the count here to Votor. And that is outside for a ball, 2-1. So 2 balls, 1 strike here, 2 on. Nobody out here, the top of the 5th inning for the Mets. Long way to go still here, folks. And that ball is hit hard, and that's going to get past a diving Charlie Mawson. Cormier is going to get the wave. Here comes the throw from Goss. He's going to be safe. So Cormier will score. And on the play, Hamowitz will advance to third base. So it is an RBI single for Vautour. And it's 6-3. And we'll see. Kevin Bowes has peeked his head out of the dugout here. He has not made the call to the pen yet, so we'll see. And he is. So that's going to do it for Jamie Walls. So Jamie Walls will leave after 4+ innings here. And that'll bring Dylan Lester into the ball game from the bullpen. So we'll give it just a second here. We'll give Lester a chance to warm up. We're going to take a quick break. And we will be right back with the pitch and change here on O'Donoghue's Thursday Night Baseball. So pitching change here for the Ironmen as Dylan Lester is going to enter the game. He has thrown 9 2/3 innings so far in the 2024 season. Has allowed 6 hits and an unearned run. So 9 2/3 innings with a 0 ERA. He will enter here with runners at the corners and 1 out. That'll mark the end of the game for starter Jamie Walls, who goes 4+, allows 3 runs on 7 hits, 2 walks, and 6 strikeouts, and is responsible for the runners at first and third still. So that'll bring up Luke Vautour here. Vautour is 2 for 2 in the ball game with a single and a double, and that one is in there for a ball, apparently. Okie doke. We'll call that one 1-0, I guess. So again, Vautour doubled back in the first and drove in a run, singled in the third. So dangerous situation here. Ironman still in the lead 6-3, but runners at the corners with nobody out here in the top of the 5th inning. Like I said earlier, still a long way to go here. A couple of scrappy ball clubs. Here comes the 1-0 from Lester. That is lined into right field for a base hit. And that's going to be Goss going to have problems with it. Here comes the throw to third, and that one is going to be off the bag. So the bobble by Goss in right field allows Vautour to go first to third. So Hamowitz will score to make it 6-4. Vautour's third hit of the ball game is second RBI, and that will keep the situation the same. Runners at the corners, nobody out for Colin Betts, who is 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout. And now it's a 6-4 ball game, so the tying runs over at first base. And that ball is hit high and deep to right center field. That's back. That is at the track. And that one is gone. A 3-run home run for Colin Betts. And just like that, it is 7-6 Mets. Betts takes the first pitch he sees from Dylan Lester and deposits it over the Pita Pit sign just to the right of center field. And that is going to make it a 7-6 ball game. So just like that, a 6 spot so far here in the 5th. And that is inside for a ball to the right fielder, Ron Bartley. So nobody out here. The situation is reset. That one's a swing and a miss for a strike. Evens the count up at 1-1. So 6 runs here so far in the top of the 5th for the Mets. And that ball is in there for a strike, a little change up. And that ball is hit into left field. Mike McKay will take a few steps to his right and make the play. So that'll be an S7 for the first out here of the inning after 7 batters. So that'll bring Smith up now. And that is a ball. Smith's over 2 with a ground out and a strikeout. So it's 7-6 now for the Mets. One's the count here from Lester to Brian Smith. That is popped up down the right field line. There is nobody there. That is a foul ball. Just foul. Again, a big pop drive down the line, so that'll run the count now to 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes here, and that is in the dirt. So 2-2's the count here to Bartley. And that is a foul ball down the third baseline. So 7-6 Mets here. 1 out in the top of the 5th inning. The Mets have scored 6 in the inning so far with 1 out. Another one, and that is fouled back. That one has, so we'll have to, we're going to have a little bit of downtime here, folks, as that ball hit right up against the camera, which you will see. So we're going to have to get that fixed. So you'll just have to listen to me for the time being. That's a pop-up behind short. McKay calls off Keating and makes the play. So that'll be back-to-back F7s. And I think we're going to have the camera back up here. We're just, again, that ball came back and struck. I don't know if it struck the camera, but I think it struck right against the, I think it hit against the, right up against the camera housing. So the guys are getting it back in working order here. So there's 2 outs now. And Robinson will hit here, the 9th Moncton hitter of the inning, and that's outside for a ball. So 1-0 is the count here to Robinson. And that is inside for a ball, 2-0. So 2-0 here as the Elitecast guys are going to getting the camera back online here. We'll be back up here in a second. Lester comes set now with a 2-0 pitch. That one is in the dirt for a ball, and that's going to run it quickly to 3-0 here to the number 8 hitter, Robinson. Again, the 9th hitter of the inning for the Mets. The Mets have scored 6 in the inning so far. The big blow, a 3-run home run by Colin Betts. And that is down for a ball. So a 4-pitch walk to Robinson, and that is now going to turn the lineup back over in terms of this inning as they will send the 10th hitter to the plate in terms of the number 9 hitter, Stefan Martin, who singled and scored a run to lead off this inning. hit a single into right field, came around to score. So runner at first, now 2 out, and that ball is down for ball 1. Leicester having a hard time finding the strike zone here, 5 straight balls. So again, Robinson over at first with 2 out here. So the camera's back operational again. Some quick, hot work. Again, that's one of those things, there's probably 400 square feet of chain link backstop out there. They found the 3 inches that the camera is hooked to, so the guys got her all fixed up here quickly, so we're back going again. And that ball is outside, so that's going to run it now to 2 balls and 1 strike. So 2-1 is the count here. And that is a grounder to second. Mollison up with it. So that'll end the inning. But the Mets do all kinds of damage here as they send 10 batters to the plate in the top of the 5th and score 6 runs and flip the script here. So after 4.5, it is the Moncton Mets 7, your Chatham Miramichi Honda Ironmen 6. 7, 8, 9 coming up for the Ironmen. Goss, Mollison, and Ori Cook. So we want to thank you all out there in Facebook land for tuning into the game here tonight. Our next broadcast will be a week from tonight, as we will be live again next Thursday for another episode of O'Donoghue's Irish Pub Thursday Night Baseball. As I've lost my schedule, we will pull it up here in 2 shakes. So next Thursday night, the Charlottetown Islanders will be in town. Note the special start time. Next Thursday is an 8 p.m. Atlantic start. So a half hour later than usual. Next Thursday, because of the Islanders coming to town, a rare Thursday night appearance from the Islanders here, usually doubleheaders on the weekends. Ironmen also have a doubleheader coming up on the June 15th as the St. John Alpines will be in town. 2 p.m. start there. And then the next home game after that's a rare Sunday night game on the 23rd as the Freddie Royals will be in town. So 7-6 Mets here as we go to the bottom of the 5th. That'll bring up Zach Goss. He's 0 for 1 in the game with a ground out, a walk, and a run scored. Here comes the first pitch. Oh, that's all we can do. So here comes the 1-0, and that ball's in the dirt, 2-0. We know the camera's a little turned a little bit to the left now, but again, we're dealing with some potentially damaged equipment over there. The Elitecast guys over here doing the best they can, bringing you all the sights and sounds from Ironman Field. Big swing from Goss there at the 2-0. Glad to have the Elitecast guys here in the booth with me for another summer. That is a foul back. 2-2 here. Thursday night home opener from Ironman Field. I'm amazed I've made it to the bottom of the 5th with both teams wearing black uniforms, and I haven't gotten either of them confused just yet. That's a big plus. And that's outside for a ball. Ironman sporting their new black tarps with the script writing on the front, brand new for the 2024 season. Here comes the full count pitch to the leadoff hitter, Goss. And that is hit back up the middle for a base hit. So the Ironmen have a runner on here in the bottom of the 5th. Goss with a single. He's on base for the second time. Both bullpens quiet here at the moment. And that'll bring up Charlie Mollison. Mollison is 1 for 1. He has singled and walked, has 2 runs scored, and an RBI. So runner at first. Brian Smith way in on the grass here, expecting Mollison to lay one down. Mollison doesn't show, hits that back up the middle, and that's going to get through for a base hit. Goss will hold up at second. So first 2 men on here for the Ironmen, and look no further than the man stepping in here, Ori Cook, has had a heck of a ball game already. Ori's 2 for 2 with a home run, a single, and 4 runs batted in. He comes to the plate here with nobody out and 2 on in the bottom of the 5th. And again, third baseman aggressively in taking away the bunt here, which with a runner at second doesn't seem like what he should be doing, but hey, I'm here for it. And that is a slapper. Ori Cook, no stranger to the slapper. So ahead here, 0-1. Again, both bullpens quiet at the moment. So this is Obi's situation to battle out of here. Here comes the 0-1. And that ball is hit into center field. That is going to be trouble. And it's down. Martin, oh, wow. Tried to make a heck of a play. And they are actually going to get Zach Goss at third. And I think Martin might be hurt out in center field. We'll see. Martin tried to make a circus catch out in center field on that little looper from Ori Cook. I think he had it in his glove, was unable to hang on. Martin is up and okay. And then they were able to recover and make the throw out on the force play at third as Goss was kind of caught in no man's land there. So runners remain at first and second here as now Mollison and Cook are the runners. And Mike McKay back up at the top of the order here. McKay's over 2, has been hit by a pitch, struck out, and reached on an error. And that is in there for a strike. Little spinner on the outside part of the plate there for strike 1. So Obi gets ahead here 0-1. McKay and Keating, the next 2 hitters, due up here with 1 out in the bottom of the 5th, sorry. And McKay fouls that away. It's 0-2. So 0-2 here. 1 out and 2 on. 7-6 Mets. Critical ABs here as we might be seeing the top of the Ironman order for the last time. And that is a looper into center. That one is definitely going to get down. They're going to give Mollison the hold sign. So that'll load him up. Ironman's third base hit of the inning as Mike McKay with a little looper into center field. So now the bases are loaded for Chris Keating. And now we have an injury in center field. So Mark Shattuck out of the dugout here. And again, that was a very aggressive throw home from the center fielder, Robeson. And he may have come up. I don't know if he's got possibly have an arm injury. Again, he came in flying in there. Obviously, Mollison, a fast base runner, was sort of tentative at going again with that little bit of a looping line drive. Robeson came up with a huge throw there and looks like he's going to stay in the game. After Coach Shattuck, a little shout out to Miramichi native Mark Shattuck, coach for the Moncton Mets. And so we're back in here, and it's Keats with the bases loaded and 1 out. Third baseman looking for a possible bunt situation here. We'll see three very fast base runners in the form of Mollison, Cook, and McKay. That's one thing with Ori Cook back in the lineup. That just adds another dynamic of speed to this team. Keats as well. Four of the fastest guys in the league in your picture right now, and that's a ball. Base running not a problem for the Ironmen. So Keats now up here 1-0. Obi with the long set comes home, and that is hit too short. It's a little bit of a slow one. A big hop for Cormier, and he is out at first. A massive 6-4-3 double play, and that's going to end the inning. What a huge turn of events there for the Moncton Mets. Massive, massive, massive double play as the Ironmen once again have them loaded up and come away with nothing. So after 5 complete, it is the Moncton Mets 7 and your Chatham Miramichi Honda Ironmen 6. We'd like to thank stream sponsor O'Donoghue's Irish Pub. Go on down. It's patio season. Get some of your favorites, whether it's food or drinks, and have them outside under a beautiful Miramichi skyline. Check them out. Open 7 days a week, and I'd strongly recommend the brunch on the weekends. O'Donoghue's, welcome to your pub. So we go to the top of the 6th here, 7-6 ball game. Moncton with a massive twin killing there to get out of a rough situation. Top of the order going to be up here for the Mets. Cormier, Hamowitz, and the Vautours. So here's Cormier going to step in here. That's in there for a strike. Cormier is 1 for 3 in the game, has a RBI double and a run scored. That misses for a ball, so it's 1-1 is the count. Lester out here for his first full inning of work. That's a little bleeder to short. Keating with the good read, good charge, and a good play. 6-3 in the scorebooks to start the inning. For out number 1 as Cormier goes to 0-4, or 1 for 4. And that'll bring up Hamowitz here. That is down and in for ball 1. Hamowitz is 0 for 2, has a walk, a stolen base, and 2 runs scored. Reached on an error earlier as well. And that is a called strike. Hamowitz doesn't like that one. Turns around to have a little chit-chat with home plate umpire Brian Cummings to voice his displeasure. That's in the dirt for a ball. And that is a strike. Evens the count at 2-2. So 2-2 is the count here, and that is foul down the third baseline. Outside the bag there by a foot. That's high and away for a ball, so that's going to fill it up here, 3-2. Here comes the full count pitch. And that is popped down the right field line, out of play. So we're going to do it again here. So 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning. Hamwit's at the dish. Full count pitch. Another one. And that is popped up to right field. Goss got a bit of a late break, but he gets there and makes the play. So that's going to be F9 for out number 2. And that'll bring up Votor. Again, looking ahead to the bottom of the 6th for the Ironmen. It's going to be the 3-4-5, Watkin, Lester, and Leggett. Serge Votor steps in here. Serge 1 for 3 in the game with an RBI single, run scored. And swing and a miss at the first pitch from Lester there. Looked like a changeup. A little bit of a light situation here. That's in the dirt, inside for a ball. Evens the count of 1-1. So 1-1's the count here to Votor. The Ironman going to put the shift on here now as third baseman Tyler McKay goes out to right center. Chris Keating's going to monitor the left-hand side, and a big swing and a miss there at another changeup from Lester. So that's going to run it to 1-2 now. So 1-2 here to Votor. And there's a swing and a miss, strike 3. So 3 up, 3 down, exactly what the doctor ordered for the Ironman and for Dylan Lester. So we go to the bottom of the 6th here after 5.5. It's the Moncton Mets hanging on to a 7-6 lead here at the home opener from beautiful Ironman Field in Miramichi, New Brunswick. And we'll be back in a minute on O'Donoghue's Irish Pub Thursday Night Baseball. So we go to the bottom of the 6th here. It's going to be, again, the 3-4-5 for the Ironmen, Watkin, Lester, and Leggett as the Ironmen find themselves down a run here. It's ever since Moncton put up that 6th spot in the top of the 5th inning. So Watkin's going to bat here. Watkin is 0 for 3 in the ball game. Lying out and a couple of strikeouts on his register. As Kevin Obe continues into the game here. No activity in either bullpen at this point. So here we go in the bottom of the 6th. The Ironmen have 6 outs to work with here and 1 run to find. And that ball is in for ball one. Again, Ironmen have had golden opportunities. They had the bases loaded in the first, bases loaded in the fifth, came away with nothing in both of those situations. Here comes the 1-0. That's in the dirt outside for a ball, 2-0. The big play in the fifth was a 6-4-3 double play out the bat of Chris Keating. Has a nice little turn there from Cormier and Martin up the middle. Got themselves out of a bases-loaded jam. Here comes the 2-0. And Watkin hits a bleeder back up the middle. Obe with a nice little play there and throws it over to first. And Watkin will be kicking himself there as he got jammed on a 2-0 pitch. So that'll bring up Lester, who started as the DH, has transitioned to the pitcher. 1 for 3 in the ball game with a single, a run scored, reached on a fielder's choice as well. And that is outside for a ball. Hey, Greg, how are you? So 1-0 here is the count to Lester. And that is outside for a ball, so Lester up in the count here, 2-0. Leggett, and then we'll have Tyler McKay if the inning continues here. Again, Ironmen find themselves the wrong side of a 7-6 scoreboard right now. That's a curve ball out in, misses for a ball. So it's 3-0. And the Ironman relief pitcher. See if he's taking a free hack here. 3 balls, no strikes. Answer is no. He takes one down Main Street for 3-1. Again, the Ironmen scored 2 in the second, 4 in the third. They've threatened again, straining the bases loaded in the fifth. And that is a hard hit ball by Lester. Robeson's going back, and he makes the play. Or is it? It looks like he dropped. He came up with it like he made the play. Hard seeing, that's got to be 412 feet away for me. So it looked like he made the play, but unable to come up with it. We'll see what they score that. I believe they've given it a base hit. So that'll be a double for Lester. Robeson with the old glove trickery, making me think he had it. So we got a runner at second now. 1 out here for Nick Leggett. 0 for 2 with a walk. A couple of flyouts. And that is in the dirt. And that's going to get away from Hamowitz, and that's going to move the runner up to third. So the tying run 90 feet away here. So 1-0 to Leggett here is the count. Lester now over at third, and the Mets bring the infield in, trying to prevent that run from scoring. And that is a mighty hack from Leggett on a ball in on the hands. So that'll even the count at 1-1. So Lester with his second hit of the game. He has a double and a single, is 2 for 4. Standing over at third base after the wild pitch. 1-1 here to Leggett. And that is high for a ball. So good hitters count here, 2-1. Tyler McKay standing on deck. He's 0 for 2 in the game with a hit by pitch and a run scored. So Ironman with the right guys here to try to make something happen. Leggett led the team in RBIs last season. Has a chance to pick one up here. And that is in there for a strike. Inside part of the plate. Leggett kind of gives his head a little bit of a shake. Runs the count here 2-2. Infield still in here for the Mets. Cutting that run off at the plate, trying to keep it a 7-6 ball game. And that is fouled into the glove of Hamowitz. So that'll be a strikeout. And again, the Ironmen have had all kinds of run-scoring opportunities. Multiple innings with the bases loaded. Runner at third with 1 out. So now with 2 out, it comes to Tyler McKay to try to pick it up here. And that is, they're going to appeal that down, say he did not go. So 1-0 is the count here to McKay. Again, Lester over at third after 1 out double and a wild pitch. And that is a mighty hack there from McKay. Looking ahead to the 7th inning for the Mets, it's going to be Luke Votor, who's 3 for 3 in the ball game. Colin Betts, who has a big 3-run home run, and Sean Bartley. So some hot hitters coming up here. Ironman would love to tie this ball game right here. And that is up and tight for a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike here to McKay. Getting the start at third base tonight. Here comes the 2-1 from Obe. And that is in the dirt. That gets away. Lester thought about it. Again, that one goes over to the on-deck circle. Lester took a step, hesitated, and at that point knew he had to shut her down, so remains at third. Not sure if that one was far enough away to challenge it with 2 out and a good hitter's count here. McKay finds himself in the driver's seat here, 3-1. So here comes Obe set. And that is hit hard to short. Cormier up with it. Throw across the diamond. And their Moncton Mets once again skin the cat and get out of it as the Ironmen once again leave another runner in scoring position. This time a runner that was at third with 1 out. So we go to the 7th inning here at Ironman Field. It is the Moncton Mets 7, your Chatham Miramichi Honda Ironman 6. So we go to the 7th inning here. The Ironmen trailing 7-6. They've had their chances. They've stranded the bases loaded 3 times in this ball game, the 1st, the 3rd, and the 5th. And then in the 6th, they strand a runner at third who was there with 1 out. So we go to the 7th here. Dylan Lester trying to keep this a 7-6 ball game and give the Ironmen a crack at it in the bottom with Goss, Molson, and Cook, who have all had good games at the plate. But first up, Lester's going to have to get through a couple of guys here that have had fantastic nights, starting with Luke Votor, who has 3 for 3 in the ball game. Couple of singles and a double, a run scored, and 2 RBIs. Has had a great game. Was the first batter that Lester faced in relief of Jamie Walls, and that one's inside for a ball. Was the first batter he faced. He hit a RBI single and then came around to score on the Colin Betts home run. And that is fouled off at the dish. Betts currently in the on-deck circle here. So 1-1 is the count here after a little foul ball at the dish. And there's a swing and a miss. Looked like a change up there from Lester. Luke Votor out in front of that one. It's 1-2. Again, Lester has faced 9 batters up until this point. Only the 1 strikeout, and that is fly ball to right. Goss underneath makes the play. So that'll be F9 for the first out of the seventh here. First time tonight Luke Votor has been retired. Colin Bett's going to come to the dish now. He's 2 for 3 with a home run, a single, a run scored, and 4 RBIs. 3 RBIs, my apology. So 1 out here in the top of the 7th. And that ball is inside for ball 1. And that is on the outside part of the plate for a strike. 1-1 is the count. And that one is inside, tight. 2 balls, 1 strike here. And that is inside for a ball. Lester wanted that one as it looked like that one had a little bit of tail on it. Came back over the corner, but no call. That's on the outside part of the plate for a strike. Betts doesn't like that one as he was ready to flip the bat away and make the trot down to first base looking for a freebie. So now it's a full count here. And there's a grounder to short. Keating up with it. And that'll be a 6-3 here for out number 2. Keating looking like his old familiar self here at shortstop at Ironman Field. Has himself 5 assists tonight. 4 6-3 putouts and then a 1-6-3 double play. That's just outside for a ball. So Sean Bartley is up here. He's 0 for 3. He has struck out, lined out, and flown out. There's a bouncer up the middle. Mollison with a long run and a big flip, but he's going to be offline. That was going to be a base hit no matter what. I don't think they had Bartley at first as he got down the line in a hurry, so that'll be an infield single for Sean Bartley. So Brian Smith will bat here, 0 for 3 in the game with a ground out, a strikeout, and a flyout. That is outside for ball 1. The Ironmen's next game will be in a return visit to Moncton next Wednesday night at Kiwanis Park at 7:30. Our next live game will be a week from tonight as Charlottetown is here. Again, note the special start time next Thursday, 8 p.m. Atlantic time. There's a curveball in there for a strike. Again, a half hour later start next Thursday with the Islanders in town. Ironmen also have a doubleheader next Saturday, the 15th, as St. John will be in town. That is on the outside part of the plate for a strike. So 1 ball, 2 strikes count here to Smith. Lester trying to get out of it here and give the Ironmen one last chance at the sticks. That is a little up in the zone. That'll be a ball. That is just down for a ball. So full count here with 2 outs. So Bartley is going to get the head start here. As Lester comes set, Bartley with a big jump, and that is popped out of play, foul. What? No, I think hit the bleacher. Yeah. And that is inside for ball 4. They wanted that one. Lester saying it missed by that much. Gets a little bit of a nod here from home plate umpire Brian Cummings, so it'll be a free pass, much to the chagrin of the Ironman dugout. So Smith with the walk, first time he's been on base tonight. And it's 2 on, 2 out here for Robeson. And that is a grounder to short. Keating up with it. He'll go the short way, 6-4. Another assist for Keats. That'll end the inning. So a couple on for the Mets. Nothing doing. Last kick at the can here for the Ironmen. 7-6 they trail going to the bottom of the 7th. Goss, Malson, and Ori Cook, the scheduled hitters. We will be back in just a moment with the bottom of the 7th inning here on O'Donoghue's Thursday Night Baseball. So we go to the bottom of the 7th here for the Ironman. It's going to be Zach Goss to lead it off. This is Kevin Obey's ball game. Looking to get himself a win here in relief of starter Joel Coombs. So Zach Goss is going to lead it off. He's 1 for 2 with a single, a walk, and a run scored. He singled his last time up and then was erased at third on a fielder's choice. So Obey comes set. Here comes the first pitch. And that is hit hard to second, but a one bouncer to Martin and 1 pitch, 1 out here in the 7th inning. And you could not ask for a better situation if you are Moncton. 1 pitch, 1 out. So Charlie Mawson's going to hit here. Charlie's been on base every time tonight. He's 2 for 2 with 2 singles, a walk, 2 runs scored, and RBI. And that's a ball outside. So Charlie looking to get on base here for the 4th time. And again, Ori Cook has had himself a game in the on-deck circle. And again, that is also a ball. Need a base runner here. Mawson finds himself in a hitter's count here, 2-0. And that is high and away, and it's very quickly 3-0 here to Charlie Mawson. Got to imagine full stop sign here in a 3-0 situation. And that is right down Main Street for a strike. So 3 balls, 1 strike here to the Ironman second baseman, Charlie Mawson. Here comes from Obey. That is ball 4. So the Ironmen have what they needed, which is a base runner. Charlie Mawson on base for the 4th time tonight. Heck of a ball game from him. And that'll bring Ori Cook to the plate. Ori's 2 for 3 in the ball game, a home run, a single, 4 RBIs. Headed into a fielder's choice his last time. So now Mawson in this situation represents the tying run here with 1 out in the top of the order looming. And that ball's in the dirt. Hamowitz with a nice block there. Again, key situation here to keep the double play in order, which is difficult with Ori Cook being the runner coming down the line. But trying to keep that base runner out of scoring position here. The Ironmen, again, have stranded the bases loaded 3 times, stranded a runner at third in the 6th. And And that ball is lined to second, and that's going to be a double play. Is it? Safe at first. Wow. That was a line drive double play, and Cormier not able to make the throw to first as it was offline, so the Ironmen have life. A line drive to shortstop for out number 2. Charlie Molson was dead to rights at first base, and Cormier unable to make the throw across as it pulled Vautour off the bag. So Molson remains at first with 2 out, and we're back to the top of the order for Mike McKay. And that's high for a ball. McKay is 1 for 3, has a single and a hit by pitch, has also struck out and reached on an error. So again, we'll see if that comes back to haunt the Mets here as the Ironmen turn it back over to the top of the order. And that ball is hit high and deep to center field, but Robeson's under it, and that's going to be the ball game as the Moncton Mets hold on here and spoil the home opening party for the Chatham Ironmen and hang on for a 7-6 victory in a game where the Ironmen will surely be talking about runners left on base afterwards. So the Ironmen in the bottom of the 7th leave another runner on. So that's going to do it here on opening night from Ironman Field. The final score, the Moncton Mets 7, your Chatham Miramichi Honda Ironman 6. We'd like to thank our primary sponsor, O'Donoghue's Irish Pub. The patio's open. Go on down. Check them out all June long. Get a 9-ounce wine for a 6-ounce price. Celebrating their 200th anniversary. O'Donoghue's, welcome to your pub. On behalf of the Elitecast media folks bringing you the sights and sounds, I am, of course, Chris Jardine, the voice of the Chatham Miramichi Honda Ironman. The final score, 7-6 Mets. We will see you for our next broadcast next Thursday night, 8 p.m. Atlantic time. Again, note the special start, 8 p.m. Atlantic, as Charlottetown will be here taking on your Chatham Miramichi Honda Ironman. Thanks for tuning in.